GoPro start recording. Hello everybody. I'm going to do a bow to stern on my 2024 tournament kayak that Build. It's a native, I don't know what year this was made, but it's a native Propel 10 Max. And I just want to do a quick review on everything that I set up on this thing. So I'll start here on the front with a one objective mount with the puck for an XI3. XI3 spot lock. Goes in the front on the bow. In the hatch, I have an extra propeller for the rear mounted motor, which is not a Torpedo and it's not a Newport. It's actually one I put on a Newport mount, but it's just a simple brushless trolling motor I bought off Amazon. I have extra rope, another prop. There's some miscellaneous tools, some pins for the prop, some other, all kinds of stuff in here, tools. I have a 20 amp hour, this is for my graphs, 20 amp hour lithium battery. And then in the front hatch, I don't know if you can see this real well, is my track power. It's for the switching for my, it powers my graphs and my NEMA 2000 network. So that's the switching for that. These have a nice inline fuse. These are really nice. So yeah, if you're gonna have switching, I definitely recommend the Yak Power for switching anything in your yaks. Kayaks, yeah, it's very nice. Get patched up. It's the NEMA 3. It's the gateway. This plugs into the XI3 for controlling it through your low rance graphs, or Simrad, I believe. It's the only two that you can control the XI3 through. It works pretty awesome. I mean, that's an awesome feature for some of you guys that have the XI3 and you have Garmin. Man, you're missing out on that. I know maybe Garmin has a little better live scope. I don't know. I don't really use it a whole lot anyway, because I fish mostly rivers and a creek. So yeah, I'm fishing 2 to 4 feet of water most of the time, so it's really not that vital for me. Dual Lowrance, they're only 7-inch, but they're elite graphs, side scan, down scan, great mapping. Plus I can use them with the XI3 for if you, it'll drive, you can put waypoints in these things. So yeah, open these up, I'll show you. And then down here, that is my switch for the Yak Power. So I have 2 graphs, 1 and 2, and I use B for the NEMA 2000 network. And that links my 2 graphs together, and it links to the XI3. So if I'm side scan or and I mark a location on side scan, it'll put that mark on the other graph, which is It's great. So I use, how I usually use this is I'll use this side as the graph. That side is my either live scope or most of the time I have it on side scan, to be honest with you. Don't really use a whole lot other than either side scan or live scope for the right graph, which I have it on there now. If you see like a brush pile, you can just simply hit a point and that'll mark it on this side with the NEMA, when the new NEMA 2000 network is up and running. So it's nice. I mean, I have trolling. I don't have it hooked up to the, you got to hook it up to the XI3, but when you do this, all autopilot. You can hit whatever. If you're on a river, hit a mark and then it'll come up, go to, and it'll drive you to that area. And you can anchor there. You can even set up waypoints. So if I set up 3 waypoints, I can set them all up through the, set 10 waypoints and set it whatever the distance off of the bank, and the XI3 will drive you. You can drive circles, whatever you want it to do. It's, like I said, it's really, maybe not everybody's into that, but I love technology and I think it's a really cool feature with the XI3. So there's that. My graphs, my XI3, the Yak Attack switch. All my wires come out the other side. I did not put many holes in this boat at all. I mean, this Native Max Slayer, this is all my cabling come out of this. It's made for your wiring to come out of. So you can buy replacements of these if you go to sell it and you don't, there's hardly any holes. I brought all my stuff out of here so I can replace that real easy. It's just a simple plate. It's very nice. I did have to drill 2 holes just for these, and a hole for my wire to come out to my foot pedals, and these are for the rear motor mounted brushless motor I have in the rear, which is, oh, there you go. I'm gonna turn that off, sorry about that. So yeah, nice foot steering for the rear motor. Works very nice. It just goes in very little. Everything is pretty much through the hull, so I don't have these. I have the transducer for the front. It goes to, it's a real nice hole, and the max propel through the hatch. If I showed you that, it's under the battery, so it's hard to see, but it's made for the transducer. Runs through the hull and back to the graphs. Under the seats, my live scope box, that's where I put it. It's just a box I got from Harbor Freight. I think it's a gun box. It has a bunch of foam in it that I just cut out and put the live scope box in there and brought all the wires out and out through there. And then it goes back to my live scope mount, which is the I think it's the Fisher mount from Dugout. I really like that. It's really stable. I tried to make one on my own, but this thing, super stable. That does not, the other one I had, man, it wanted to go back and forth. This thing here, super stable. I also got the, I think it's the one objective. Yeah, it's the one objective. Fish Obsessed, that's what this is. That's an awesome mount, guys. You can put it whatever you want it. But for perspective mode, really nice. And that just yeah, drops in there. Simple. Turn it whatever way you want it. Very easy. This really isn't that expensive either. I think it's pretty cheap for what it is. Very nice. I do have the side kicks, which since it's trailered, I don't really use them much. I did get seat risers for this. These are just 3D printed deals. Put you up a little higher. It's very nice. I like being higher. See a little better, so I'm up over top of everything. I also got these side mounted, so instead of vertical, horizontal mount rods, this is for fishing rivers, guys. You want those. I don't know how many times I've gone under trees and you know, you catch your rods when they're sticking straight up, or in the creek when they're laying like this. That's the way to do it. I do have still vertical ones on here, but these are the ones I like to use for sure, and they're right beside and they're low. So I don't know how many times also, like, I you know, going to cast, I come back and I whack my rods that are standing up. I do not like anything up high. I always seem to hit them with the rod or catch them with the lure, so that's a big improvement for sure. I fold them back for storage or moving. Under the seat drawer, very nice. Just comes with